Welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4. We're over on Gamefound today, and this is a huge day for crowdfunding. Ooh. Do you love dungeon crawlers? Because I do. I love them so much. Now, so why is it so exciting? Well, this is Dragori Games. Dragori Games. You don't know who they are? The peeps that have done Tenaris Adventures, one of the biggest, massive, marquee Premier League dungeon crawlers on the market. It's right up there with Midara and, one might say, right up there also with Gloomhaven, if you're a fan of the series of that. But, yeah, they make incredible dungeon crawlers. Tenaris Adventures, though, was like a massive adventure game with dungeon crawler in it. It was like a big odyssey of a game. But here with Odalin, it looks like they are going down where it's more dungeon crawler than a big epic adventure across a map and stuff like that. So, and it's a dungeons experience which is absolutely fantastic that's going on here. Anyhow, let's go down, because Dragori always do stupidly long pages, and we'll talk about that as we go down. But anyway, this is blowing me apart. I'm already on the pledge, but it's a 15-day ninja. I'm calling that a ninja campaign because I don't get paid until the end of the month, and I might not have the money for it in the middle of the month, Mr. Odalin. Because flying back to Ireland last minute for my mother's death cost an absolute arm and leg. And then coming back with one person at immigration at Mexico City with 3 massive planes landing, I missed the flight, had to buy another flight. It was uber expensive. And this 15-day ninja campaign isn't helping. And if I end up $1 pledging, or $5 is the pledge on this if you're going to carry through, you might miss the day one add-on, which is this giant mini. And of course, there is also a free mini add-on that you'll see down below. Anyway, let's go down. Solo 1 to 4 dungeon crawler, dark fantasy, desert realm. Demons, monsters, subdue the demon lords, bind them to your hero, unlock powerful demonic transformations, but beware of corruption. Customize your hero, deep tactical combat, that's what Dragori are all about. Discover great treasures, magic items, powerful legendary artifacts, unique item sets, which is, I love this concept. Right from role-playing video games where you can get a set of the same tier, and they end up having a tier set. So if you get 2 maybe, or 4, or a full plate of the armor, you get like massive benefits, buffs. Alright, now one of the things that they're saying is the rules are very minimum here. It's kind of learn as you play, so that you'll be going through like tutorials and it'll get more difficult, more depth as you go through it. So there's not going to be this big 128-page rulebook. In fact, the Tenaris rulebook was like a massive tome, which might have been intimidating for a lot of people. Alrighty then. Now I'm sitting on this $2.99 pledge just as a placeholder, because like I said, I might not be able to finance it. Now, coming out the bat when I came down this page, I don't like the fact that they have a hero with a lion's head, or this stupid tank guy with an elephant's head. It's just such laziness. I really don't like this design. And if I were to get this game, I would just what's the word for it in American football? Field kick this guy into the ocean, because I hate this stuff. And especially for me, it represents a god from India, and I'm a Catholic, and it's demonic for me. So these two will get booted into the ocean. Haha! Apparently these heroes are going to be able to be played in the Tenaris Adventures, and so there's a little bit of crossover here with that. No new print. It says 2 years guarantee of no reprints or upgraded versions, so that does suggest there might be something coming out 2 years after, so that is to be said. Now, not due out until, I think it's June 2025, so you're looking at 2027 for a reprint. If China, nothing happens with China. Of course, that is still a concern, 2025 for me. But again, it's a year away, isn't it? They're going to deliver this in a year, and they're saying if we are 5 months late, you can get all your money back, all of your money back. So they're fairly confident they can do this. It must be late in its design. Oh, I do have some questions as we go down if it's true, though. Anyhow. So there is an epic campaign, but you can choose to just ignore all the lore and go straight into it if you wish. They're quite accessible in how they want to do it. So if you don't want to read all the lore, you can just bang out the next thing. But the lore is the kind of thing that ties it all together for me. I mean, just look at this. It just looks daft. I don't know about you, how you feel about this. But, you know, if these can be used in Tenaris Adventures, can you bring your hero from Tenaris Adventure over? No, because, you know, you're not going to have a card that fits in here, are they? They've got this dual layered board thing going on. Now, they do have this awesome way of upgrading cards. These are like a special sleeve, so you're sleeving in cards to make your own little card. But what I don't like about this is you've got this hero card which is a bolt of darkness from the sorcerer. Where's the art? And you've got the demon card here, dark ritual. Where's the art? And I know this is all about, we would just want to give you the text here, but it looks very old school, and I would have preferred having just a different card. Because at the end of the day, you have two cards, right? You have the Dark Ritual and the Bolt of Darkness. Yet you've got the third sleeve card. No, the card itself is a sleeve. Is that it? Anyway, I don't like it. I would have preferred a Demon card, a Hero card, and a third card. The third card having the Dark Ritual Bolt of Darkness on it to show the different art. I think this is quite lazy that they've done this. It's kind of gimmicky. I just would have preferred to see the ability information with some art. You know, this team is a fantastic art team, and here this is basically putting them into a hole where they don't need to do art. And they are double downing on this, it looks like. You know, not going to turn around on this. And for me, I don't like that the abilities just get negated into this. But, you know, it's just a pet peeve of mine. Anyway, there's going to be hundreds of unique items. Magic, legendary, set items. All sounds great. I would have preferred these items to be in the space, right? Because you're going to be acquiring these from the world dungeon. It's going to be very linear, and you're going to be picking this stuff up either off a monster or a chest or finding it off whatever, right? I would have preferred, I don't know why they just don't do this, show you the item from where you're finding it, right? So if you're stealing the wooden buckler off a boss, I would love to see the boss's, you know, body on the floor and the shield covered in blood. That's what you're picking up. Or you've picked these boots up. You can see kind of the room you're in, how you've picked them up and stuff like this. Because, you know, just putting them like this makes them like they're in a shop window, some kind of, I don't know, fantasy online shop or something. It doesn't fit them in the world, and I don't like it. Really do not like it one bit, because again, they could just be in the lore, and I think it's pretty sloppy, because the writing team should be talking to the artists and saying, hey, that dark crystal dagger is found specifically in this part of the dungeon. It shouldn't, the art in the back should correspond to that area. So, because for me, they are lacking that immersion here, and it makes it, for me, another thing. If I was CEO, would make sure would be going on. I'd get rid of this jank up here, which removes art. Just do more cards, for goodness sake. Pin the picture to the lure of you picking them out of the dungeon, because you're not buying these in a shop, or maybe you are, and if so, put the shop in the window. I want to make it look thematic of where you got it from in the picture. Anyway, so you're going to be using these demonic powers. It sounds good, but you're not showing us the pictures of what this magic looks like, and that is a true sin for me. Really is. Now, you can see here they're using these binders. That's because it's like 200 plus pages. So you are still going to get this giant campaign book. And yes, hard moral choices, it will affect things in the future. It has this kind of interesting choose your own adventure, fall forward if you fail in the dungeon, things affect things. It does say it's going to have foreteller on it, so narration of foreteller, so that's going to be interesting. They have got a small roster of heroes, so potentially they might have their own voices, question mark. We don't know anything about that yet. But anyway, there's the last question, isn't it? Mystery boxes, this sounds good. There's a lot of mouse wheeling in here. Face unpredictable enemies, each with a unique deck of attacks, unique effects, different enemy behaviors. So, you know, going to have a nice little bit of strategy involved. Believe it or not, this giant thing is just a door. It's just a door in a dungeon. Like, can it get any more elaborate than a door? But yeah, you're not going to know what's going to be next until you open the door. So that they've got this like fog of war thing going on. You can find anything in the dungeon from traps, secret doors, NPCs, hidden boss monsters. Exploring can truly change your campaign. Yeah, I do like, we've seen this recently this year, haven't we, where they're putting like plastic on top of miniatures to kind of make them look super cool. I think we first saw this was the Street Fighter miniature game, but starting to become more popular, and it looks awesome, doesn't it? And they do have a paint up your big minis. It's like $130 on the nose if you get it. So I'm at full immersion here. What the heck is this? Well, you get the base game Dungeons of Doom, Sands of Destruction. Sands of Destruction, these are kind of the acts in the stories. So you've got like Act 1, Act 2. Scenario pack is furniture. Now, I don't know why, but when you click this stuff, it doesn't give you the information. Like Dragori, you can put stuff in here. Go and look at the incredible Explore It campaign on Gamefound. And when you click stuff, it tells you stuff. You don't have to cycle down the page to see what this stuff is. So a little bit lazy there. Anyway, they're knocking all these things out, you can imagine. Probably going to go over, you know, they do large campaigns and they do like lots of stretch goals and stuff. They're new for this. Anyway, Kieran, this was a guy, if you followed the thing, people are complaining that you don't get it free if you've got to pay $7 shipping. Remember, peeps, it's coming from China. You can't get shipping from China free if it's $7. Apparently, this guy is going to be in a long box, so it won't be easy to send. Whatever. Scenario pack. This is going to be furniture. Dice are some unique dice, and Lust and Wrath, this is like 2 minis in a pack, probably a scenario that you can push into your campaign. Right. Now, they've got this pledge thingy, and when you go from 1 to 9 here and have a look what you get. So you get 8 heroes, and I'm going to boot 2 of these straight out of the game. 100%. I hate them already. Just going to punt them right into the ocean. That'd be a good video, wouldn't it, for the channel? Minis obviously looking like dark demons, looking really cool. Demon lords, yeah. There is one that's just been unlocked. If I just go back to the stretch goals, and I'm moving around here. Lilith. I've been playing Diablo 4, and it's Lilith. It's very close, isn't it, to the character from Diablo 4. If you're checking his cinematics out of Diablo 4, it's Lilith, isn't it? But I actually prefer the one from Diablo 4, and I think this one doesn't look as menacing as the one from that. So it's unfortunate that you have Lilith from Diablo 4 and Lilith here as the same demon, but looks not as good as the Blizzard one. So that's bad. For me, it could have took a little bit of whatever. Anyway, the miniatures look fantastic. They've got a nice dynamic look to them. Here, the marble dice that you get in your pack. Looks like they're interesting dice, doesn't it, with different symbols on it, so they're not your average bog standard stuff. Here's your pack of demons. 22 cards. These cards again with the thingy. Do you know, because it's like another dungeon crawler with art where it's not there. Oh, every time I see it, it's kind of a red flag for me. I don't know why Tenaris Adventures have done this. They keep doing this. They put low resolution images on the page. Like, you've had a preview page up for ages. You could have asked Gamefound how to put high resolution images on. Look at the other pages, the other projects going on. They have super high definition. You've got this low quality stuff. Oh. Anyway, I don't think it looks that nice, does it? And these doors, they look kind of like you're going to go inside of a boss room, don't they? Imagine going through this door and it's just a little cupboard. I mean, haven't you got like a simpler door? Anyway. Apparently Abaddon here, Lord of Hell, is not the boss. He shows up in Act 1 and 2, but he's not the boss. They have this storage solution. It's going to be $9 if you've gone for the full immersion, so you get a discount for this. And you can add it to the pledge. I don't know what's going on here. Again, it looks like they've thrown this together. And I don't know, it feels kind of rushed that you can't add this to your pledge. I'm probably going to be in late pledge or something. But yeah, he's going to add 9 on if you want this. And you are going to want this, otherwise you're going to be juggling all these boxes around like Tenaris Adventures, and it's not a pretty thing. So yes. And for $9, 100% you should get it. Here they go then. Minis looking great. Right, you know, minis look fantastic, of course. Epic campaign. Get that bloody elephant out of the way. Gameplay talks about this. Videos already from good YouTubers. Shipping is expensive, of course. These are giant boxes. We're talking, I don't know, 15 to 20 kilos, maybe 48 pounds or something like that in weight. I don't know. But if you've done shipping with Tenaris Adventures before, you know what kind of pricing it's going to be. And if you want to get real, you're getting so many more boxes here, and the shipping is cheaper than Zombicide. So at least they don't rip you like Zombicide are doing, and all that good stuff. But yeah, $199 with all these boxes is pushing it to $500, and you're putting that $9 on for the big box. That becomes expensive. Does include tax though on here, which is good to see. And I guess, yeah, they've got language packs. You've got to pay extra for it, but it is they get cheaper depending on more backers coming from your country. All right, well, I guess this has been a bit of a quick video because, peeps, it's a ninja campaign. I'm just going to have to cancel the pledge, and it's going to come back 2 years anyway for the upgrade, which means I can totally wait for it. And I think the campaign looks amateurish. They could have done such a better job. I mean, just look at your competition on Gamefound at the minute. They could, you know, the way they present it is so much better. Oh man, the cards that fold into each other, don't like that at all. You've got all these incredible cards with abilities. Draw them. You've got all these abilities that get upgraded with demonic abilities. Draw it. Got incredible artist team at Dragori, and get them on it. And they're not going to walk it back. They're not going to walk that back, are they? That's locked in that they're going to do that. And they've got those two heroes that I'm going to boot into the ocean if I did get this. So that's something to be concerning, as you know, something again I'm not happy with. But you know, super happy with Tanaris Adventures from Dragori, and maybe I should just stick to that and just think, you know, Dragori, whatever you do in number one, maybe I don't need the stress of all those boxes and stuff when it delivers and stuff. So, you know, and maybe another thing that's put me off, it's like dark setting. You know, there's a lot of these dungeon crawls that are going in and defeating demons, aren't there? There's like a lot of these to choose from at the minute, and I covered one just before Christmas, which is looking more interesting in its combat, more cinematic, on the heroes jumping around. I can't remember what that is, but that one for me stands out as something that could be a good competitor to this, and all that good stuff. And you know, I've got Madara, I've got Tanaris Adventures, I've got Gloomhaven, I've got I can't remember the name of it. That's coming soon. So I've got loads of dungeon crawls. I don't really think I've got space for something that looks like this. I think it really needs to change itself from the market, and I just think that's a little bit disappointing because, you know, we've got that one from Awakened Realms, which is looking like doom and gloom Victorian, and this one's looking doom and gloom and all that. But you know, I think I'm in no rush to back. We know that Gamefound, they're doing the big one later this year, aren't they? Q4 this year. And if you look to that campaign page, it's looking more fantasy based. That's probably going to be a big dungeon crawl. And I think that one looks to be more alluring for me. So Dungeons of Doom, I don't like the word doom, and I'm not hot on the project. That's what I'm thinking. It's a ninja campaign, so just manage the pledge. Yeah. Edit the pledge. I'll show you this. Look, you can put painted on. It's $140. Bang. That's it. Check out. All right, has that done it? Okay. There you go, Odalin. I was on it, but I just saw so many red flags. I hope you understand why. I've turned the pledge off. Not my cup of tea from Dragori, but Dragori themselves have got amazing stuff in the back orders. You know, they've done incredible stuff. Tanaris Adventures is fantastic, but another one from them, not really pushing it into an area I'm happy with. There you go. I'd love to see more of their art. They've got fantastic art, and they're hiding their art from abilities, criminal. And just to see all their weapons inside the story would have been fantastic. But at the end of the day, Yeah, I'm cooling on it the more I think about it. So yeah, there you go. I would love to know what you think about this. Another big whopping Kickstarter, Gamefound, crowdfunder. That's probably not going to blow up as we might think. And for me, I know why. So that bombshell, thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Lipstickpaddy. This is Kickstarter Radio 102.4. And man, if you want to check out a good video, check out my Hexplore It video, which is my favourite Gamefound site at the minute. It's the bomb. I'll be doing more videos on that as that campaign flourishes. But for Odalin, Dungeons of Doom, no thank you. So you take care, stay safe, and bye-bye from me.